I was about 18, 19 years old, got released as AIC and was running my own ambulance at 19. And I was showing up on some of these scenes where I was having to tell family members that their loved one had died. And what I found is I had no idea what I was doing. Here I was basically a kid with almost no real world experience at all. Really hadn't experienced a lot of like death and dying my own life and things like that at that point in my life. And I was finding myself in these situations where I was having to talk to people who are like in their 60s, 70s, 80s, like actual adults about, their loved one who's just passed away. And I received no training on that. And I really struggled through some of those conversations. And then when I got to medical school, one of the people that helped design our curriculum at my medical school, I went to Eastern Virginia Medical School, was a palliative care physician. And so that was actually integrated into our education throughout medical school, was actually how to have these conversations. And we trained with standardized patients and all kinds of different scenarios. We trained cold calling families to break bad news to them. And it was an incredible resource. And the whole time I was thinking to myself, I was like, why aren't we doing this for our medics? Like, why didn't we get any of this when I was an EMT or when I was a paramedic? Because I was doing these skills all the time, in oftentimes a harder environment than what we'd experience in the hospital. And these conversations are never easy. So I was kind of blown away by it, and I kept thinking to myself, man, we need to do something about this. And so that's what actually led me to start investigating this when I got into residency, and it's been kind of a longitudinal project of mine.